So hello everyone, I'm here with my review of My Hero Academia episode 8 season 3 or episode 46 altogether. I've had a pretty good episode. I really liked, of course, I like Bakugo, so I really liked the ending. The ending was the biggest part for me. In my opinion, the ending was the best part of the episode. And of course, Iida punched Deku second best point. But so let's talk about Bakugo first. Let's talk about Bakugo. I love Bakugo. So I really love that, because even Bakugo was kind of a bully to Deku and so on. He does it in a way, right, where he kind of wants Deku. You have to understand that Bakugo comes from a point where he feels that Deku is too weak to be a hero, so he's tough loving him, right? I mean, obviously he's a bully and not defending everything he did, but from his perspective, it's kind of like he's trying to teach Deku what's his best friend, right? And he kind of loved Deku as his, brother when we were kids, right? Kind of, family bond as children. It's like, you can't be a hero, man. So he also helped him not being a hero. So if you take that consideration, from Bakugo's own perspective, he really wants to be a hero. He seems to be a bad guy because he's like, oh, I can fight people, it's very aggressive and so on. But his mindset is about never quitting. It's about always being, I want to fight, I want to go for it. Yeah, that's his position. He's always loves All Might, right? He's also a big fan of All Might. And I love that scene in the ending where they're all like, okay, we're gonna release you now, kid, and you're gonna join us, right? Because you wanna be free, you wanna do these things, right, and so on. And he's like, maybe, and it's like, he probably gonna fight. It's like, no, he won't, because he likes to fight, but we're like a dozen people, and he's one single person. He wouldn't fight us now. That's just stupid. And of course, they release Bakugo, and as we all know, he goes for the punch. He punches them, knees one in the face, right? Shoots the arm of Urakara, right? And he's sort of pissed off and so on. And then, of course, it ends there, and next week we're gonna see more of that. But I think that's such a good Bakugo moment, because it's like, that is why I love Bakugo, because he's in his mind, right? He's the greatest hero. In his mind, he's like, screw you guys. You are all bad guys, and I will never quit fighting. Yeah, I will be like All Might. I'm gonna fight all of you alone. I don't care. That also doesn't matter to me. Being a hero is about like defeating those bad odds, right? Interesting enough, though, he should kind of respect Deku, though, because Deku is obviously also fighting his odds, right, having no powers. he should. I know, but that's what Bakugo is, a flawed hero. And again, I think he's a great hero because he has that. He's very, very heroic. Right? He wants to be the best, and he wants to help everyone. He refuses to listen to the bad guys. There's no Sasuke, right? He's like, I will never be, a bad guy. And I will fight all of you, even if I die, because I will fight to the death, even though it's bad odds. So that's not going for him. But then it comes to the Deku thing. At least not Deku was a kid, right? Because no one has powers, but when they were children, he was like, you're my best friend, don't be a hero. You can't be the hero. It's kind of a little pragmatic and risky, I guess, Bakugo there. He couldn't see it happening, right? Even though he should kind of respect Deku for never quitting. And in the way he does, right? Like, Deku frustrates him because he never surrenders. So he kind of knows that Deku has more willpower than he has. And that's why he kind of hates Deku, right? So that's why they have an interesting dynamic there. So I think Bakugo is a very, very good character, as I always say. And that, again, there like shows him that this is a great character because he is flawed. He's a character that really wants to be a hero, and he can't really see the other people's, why they want to be a hero, why they can do it, and so on, right? So I think it's, for me, he's probably, I'm gonna say it. No, there's one character later, probably, but for right now, I'll say, like, potentially one of the best written characters in anime, for sure, right? I'll say it again, I think it's really, really showcased the most so far in the fight against Urakara in season 2. That fight there, when everyone else is like, oh, he's like a bad guy, he's like punching this girl, he's defensive to the woman, he's like, yeah, and they're like, oh my god, he's such a bad guy. But that is because he respects her. Everyone else is like, oh, she's just a little, and he's like, no, this girl is crazy dangerous. I have to go my full power on her, or she's gonna win, right? Yeah. So he's the only one not looking down on her. He's the only one respecting her for the person she is, right? Her actual qualities, her strength, and so on. So that's the moments where I at least felt like this Bakugo is amazing. Obviously, I liked it before as well, but that was man, it's time for me now. And here again, you say like, no, I won't quit. I will fight you guys, and you're all evil. So I don't care what you say. You can trick me and so on. So anyway, I'm a big Bakugo fan. So yeah, so I wanted more Bakugo. Let's talk about Iida then. I really liked Iida moment for one major reason. That was the voice actor. I mean, that's what's good. The part was good. But man, I really liked that Senju. Like, the voice actor for me felt so real. He went from like this, I'll say it, angry, kind of normal angry voice, kind of Iida voice, into this I could really feel his emotion, the depression, the frustration. Like I could really feel that in his voice. I felt that Voss did a phenomenal job, superb voice acting during that scene when he was punching Deku, screaming to him in speech and so on. I think that for me at least was what really sold that moment. That it really felt like Iida was here with me and told me like, no, we can't do this, right? So yeah, that was really, really good. Of course, the punch was amazing as well, and it was really. And I get Iida's feelings, right? Because Iida, of course, last year he was like, man, I went for this thing. You guys stopped me, and we learned to not go against the rules and put people in danger and so on. And now you have learned nothing, guys. You're the same guys that we got pardoned last year with, and you're doing it again. It's like, what the hell, guys? Yeah, so of course Iida's frustrated, and I get it a lot with him. So that is all good. But I will say one thing though. I don't think he's right. I think he's right, partially right. I think it's partially right. But I think one major difference though, a major difference, is that last year he was for revenge. Right? Iida was going at Stain mainly for his own personal revenge, right? It was his own personal desires. They actually say this, we're also doing it for personal, especially Kirishima. I want to save Bakugo, my friend, alone. Right? I want to save my friend without the hero's daughter. Yeah, so it's personal desire as well. But that being said, though, they obviously have an immediate threat to their friend, right? Bakugo is kidnapped, he might be killed in a moment, and they're thinking like they probably won't kill him right away, but they probably will kill him eventually. Like, when he's fighting them, they probably will kill him. And they're all like, yeah, Bakugo is kind of aggressive, so they're probably gonna get pissed off at him and kill him. So they have like a timer, right? They have to go there and save him, or but they have to save him, right? So they have to go quick, right? But in Stain's case, Stain was dangerous for like the people at large. So that is true. He was dangerous to everyone generally. But Iida himself had no reason to actually have to go and stop him, right? Anyone could stop him eventually, hopefully before people hurt, but like he didn't. And so that was very much more revenge driven. There was no need for him to go that day to fight him, right? So to speak. Where of course, in this case, it's like, well, they probably gonna kill Bakugo in like 1 or 2 days from now, so we have to go in fast. So I do think Iida is wrong in that sense by a large margin on that aspect, because there's a big difference between the actual the reason for doing it. That being said, though, he's completely right, of course, on the whole, well, you're breaking the rules again. Didn't you learn last time you broke the rules? You're probably gonna get losing your license or whatever. They have a provisional license, right? Something like that, and they're probably gonna lose that. You're probably gonna kick out of school, right? You might get expelled and so on. So he's right in all of that, of course. He's definitely correct in that part. And so it's an interesting thing there. It's interesting to me that no one else went there, though. It's just Kirishima, yeah. And I said that last week. Mainly recap this week, but I do really like that. And actually, Kirishima is one of my favorite characters in My Academia, so I really liked his moment last week, and especially this weekend with the recap at the beginning of the tweet, where Kirishima has to like, it's my friend. Like I couldn't do anything. Like I wasn't doing. I wanna save him, right? He's my best friend, kind of way. And it's interesting because everyone else is kind of like. Deku loves his Kashan, but the other ones kind of like Bakugo is kind of like stay away. Kirishima is his only real friend, right? I would say he's kind of has this kind of back and forth, all of it, but they're the real friends, and you really feel that it's really good there. Like last week, it's really good how Kirishima is saying that I have to really save him. I feel responsible, or I feel that he couldn't save my friend, and the other ones are like, oh, he's our friends too, but you can. But I think it's a great writing there, because you can feel that everyone, of course, is concerned about Bakugo. They care about him to different degrees, right? But it's very clear that Kirishima cares more, and I think that's important. I think that's great, because in a lot of storylines, it's like you have someone gets hurt, and everyone's like, oh no, yeah, and it's kind of equalized, right? But here it's really important that Kirishima, he really cares, and he's really frustrated he couldn't do anything at the woods, so he was stuck in the house, right? He was allowed to leave, he couldn't do anything. So he feels really responsible for not doing anything. With the other ones are kind of like, he probably gets saved. And I wanted to be saved, probably saved. They have more of a care, they care less, right? Definitely. Not saying that they don't care about Bakugo, but they care way less than Kirishima does. And I think, again, it's great that he really shows that, and his frustration and so on, and all the scenes with him. Lastly then, the disguise thing. That was funny. I liked the Yoshiro. They was like, why can't you just create the costumes? Like, because that would like create economic. I would crash the economy, guys. I would crash the economy if I made money. And they're like, yeah, you really want to, I'm crazy calling me. Like, she wants to go in and play dress up, right? I mean, she wants to dress everyone. It's like, yeah. So that was nice, that was funny. And the whole, of course, Iida is like, you know, yes, they has to look like a bad guy, or maybe a grown. I don't know. Yeah, like he's some kind of disguise. I guess he's like, use rack over there. Oh yeah, oppies, and he has a sound, you know, like a kind of perv. And Deku is trying to do the kind of aggressive, I don't know, tag guys like looking at you, like, doing that thing and so on. All that was fun. All that was really fun. And then in the end, you see Aizawa Sensei having to be like dressed up and formally dressed there, talking to the TV so on. By the way, I think it was generally a good episode. Not much action though, but it has a lot of good like character build up, etc. And like maybe because I'm such a big Bakugo fan, so obviously I'm gonna love probably next week as well. But I was like, yes, the only thing I want more is more Bakugo on there. They are longer Bakugo scenes. Anyway, hope you like this review, and I'll see you guys next week.